Shit, I thought we were back.
Good, I wasn't late after all.
Yeah,
I'm glad we only went one deep.
At the beginning, then it went out.
I did not miss a thing.
Hey, before I jumped on, I was
Thank God
looking.
Sean was honest.
We've been going live for 15 minutes.
Man, we've been talking shit forever.
all right, well, I guess are we just hopping right into it?
All right,
Yo,
it happens. It happens. But we are live now, but I thought we were live. Here we are. Okay, Jace, let's do a rewind. Luckily we just only started our thing, right?
Yeah,
Jace, you want to go first? Who's your number 5?
Well, right, hold on, guys. Let's do it properly. Thank you all for being here. Johnson & Johnson Show. We have Ruben Guzman hanging out in the chat. Stay Puff in the building. What's going on? You guys are the best. And as you guys already know, Johnson & Johnson Show is 90. Now, we're getting to the topic of the night. Your 5 favorite point guards. I'm going to kick it over to my boy Jace for his number 5th pick.
Wow, that was epic.
All right, guys, let's break this down. My number 5 is the modern day player, the beast, the killer, 3-point snipers, Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors, man. The greatest 3-point shooter of all time. Can't say all the man average over 30 plus a game. He can get you 10 assists. One of the best.
He only dropped 62 last week. Come on.
Yeah, 62 points.
After he did 62, just ain't gonna get it.
Yo, he followed up with 38 points a couple of days ago.
Dude, he's amazing. He's my number 2.
He is.
He's my number 2.
Like I said, he will dish out 8 to 10 assists a game, man. So that's a point guard. To me, a point guard guy at least average 8 to 10 assists a game. Anything less than that, you're not a true point guard.
Mm-hmm.
But then
some
again,
of them are scorers, man.
Yeah, and Steph Curry is a scorer. I mean, what you ain't gonna notice on my list is that everyone can score. Because there's a few point guards out there in the league who average over double assists a game, but they struggle putting the basket and the ball in the basket.
I was watching a documentary the other day about Vince Carter, and Dale Carey played with Vince, and you see little Curry over there, still out there shooting back in the day, talking about how one day maybe I'll be in the NBA. That was beautiful, just a beautiful thing.
Yep.
To see where he is and where he's come from. It's pretty impressive.
What college did he go to?
Davidson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Davidson. Yeah.
Yeah, they were hell in the tournament his senior year.
Yeah.
They were tough out.
His draft year. The Knicks could have gotten him, man. Woo.
He went like what, number 7?
Yeah.
That I don't know.
They go to something around. I know it was in the top 5.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I think the Knicks were only a couple picks ahead of Golden State. And that's why we was like,
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry went like 6 or 7 or something.
I think he was 7.
Yeah.
Remo, you got him on your list this week again?
No. He's a 2 guard for me.
He's not on my list.
All right, so it's just me. I'm the only one else that had him.
Yep, you lost your number 2.
That's all right. All right.
I just feel good because it wasn't me.
All right, 90.
You better than that.
All right, 90. Who's your number 5?
Oh, my number 5. Yeah, you can. Oh, sorry. I'm going to have little 90 with me in a moment, so don't mind the crazy noise. But my number 5, it's going to be Mr. White Chocolate, Jason Williams. As true as a point guard as it gets. That guy just freaking, he just throwing the ball, no looks, behind the back, just everything. That guy was the man. I'm happy that he was able to come to Miami and get a championship. And that is my number 5.
Dude, one of the greatest passes I ever saw, going down on a fast break. His dish was behind his back, off his elbow.
Yep, off the elbow. That's like one of the most
in a live
passes
game.
ever.
Oh my goodness!
That guy just my mind as a child watching basketball. So he's my number 5.
That was my number 4.
Wow.
I'm knocking people off of these lists.
Number
That's
4.
You know what we're gonna turn this show into? Trying to pick each other off. What do you think?
Yeah. Hey, you get assigned a guy, and you got to try to match your pick.
See, you can knock off everybody's list.
But you don't know who it is.
I know none of you guys are gonna have my list, so I'm not worried.
I'm pretty.
all right.
Hey, you never know.
You never know.
I think I have one that maybe you guys don't have, but I could be wrong as well.
I guarantee you my furry none of you guys have.
All right.
I know for sure there's one on my list that nobody has, and there's a possible number 2, but I think he's on somebody else's list. But go ahead, D. It's your turn. What's going on?
All right, now I do have one off. So you still want me to go?
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send Remo go.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Okay, you want Remo to go?
Either way.
Have you gone, D? Have you already gone with your number?
I have
5?
not gone. No.
You go.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your number 5.
I wanted to pick someone that I was taller than. I'm 5'6", and growing up, I wanted to be Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues. I knew when you said
I
that.
loved watching him play. When he played at Wake Forest, watching him in the ACC is like, how was this guy this good? And then made it to the NBA. He should not have been an NBA player, but not only did he make it, he was successful, a starter, and I loved watching him play.
Hey, did you ever see what Michael Jordan said to him and ruined his career?
No.
He was guarding him and he was off him, right? And it was a crucial play in a playoff game. Did he play for Charlotte? Is that who Muggsy played?
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
And he said, shoot it, you midget. When he said that, it ruined. Muggsy said it ruined me for some reason. That got to me, and he missed that shot. And he said he was never the same.
There was also that great picture with him when he played for the then Washington Bullets. You have him and you had Manute Bol.
Manute Bol, yeah.
What a great picture!
Yeah, he walked right between Manute Bol's legs and didn't touch.
That's nuts, dude. How tall? He was what, 5'3"?
I think 5'4". I think 5'3" or 5'4".
Dude, that's crazy.
Like him and Spud,
Yeah,
was like 5'6".
Spud
Bud's my all-time best dunker. I don't care.
Spud was like 5'8", 5'9", or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5'7". Spud's 5'7".
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's 7.
Dude, that's just insane to think he played in the NBA.
That hops, man. That dude had some spring.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Muggsy was pretty good too, man. He wasn't bad.
that's the thing. Not only did he play, he was there because he earned it, and I loved watching him.
That's
He
crazy.
played for a number of years. It wasn't like he was a flash in the pan. He played.
Yeah, he was there a while.
Did anybody else have Muggsy?
Nah.
All right, Remo, you're up.
Jason's like, who would have that little guy on the team?
Jason's like,
I was well with him.
yeah. So my number 5 is Baron Davis.
Oh, I love me some Baron Davis, man.
Nice.
Very,
I
very
love me
good.
some Baron Davis.
I knew you're lucky. I wasn't. I know you would pick him because I know he's in that Bay Area. I would.
Charlotte.
He was at UCLA, right?
He was on UCLA.
UCLA. See, I would have
Then he
thought
went
about
to Charlotte, or he went to New Orleans, and
He's the OG beard.
exactly.
He was the OG beard
yeah.
before James Harden. He rocked that beard hard as hell.
He made it a thing.
Hey, man, he
Yeah,
used to go to
for
the rim
sure.
a lot, man. He used to drive a lot, man. He wanted to dunk on your ass.
Yeah, he did. And then when he hurt his knee, that was when he stopped dunking.
Yeah.
But then he was a better passer, though. He was a better passer after that.
I just remember him being super competitive, man.
Yeah, he would take off on you, though. He would ram it on you in the lane if you let him.
Yeah. Super freaking competitive. Did anybody else have Brandon Davis?
No.
Nope.
All right, so I'm up. My number 5. I like to go with people that I actually saw play, but
That's what I go with.
I made an exception this time
Oh, this guy.
because, bro, I think he played he played probably before I started watching basketball. But when I started watching basketball, he had just retired or something, and he was like a legend already, dude. And that's Pistol Pete.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, man.
okay.
And I go back and I watch the highlights of that guy, and I wish I would have. Man, can you imagine that guy playing? He would be amazing now.
Yeah, he would fit right in this. Perfect. He had the razzle dazzle and all the crazy shit.
He can pass, man.
Definitely ahead of his time, bro. And
Way ahead of his time.
way ahead of his time. I looked him up a lot. I saw a lot of videos this past week on him.
Hey, if you look him up, you can watch him play horse against people, man. He beat Iceman. I was hot, man. I said, Iceman, you should have just kept dunking on his ass every time.
Bro, but he was great in college as well.
Yeah,
dude.
I was gonna say I think we averaged like 40 something a game in college.
Yeah, who did he play for? LSU? What did LSU?
Yeah,
He averaged like 44 a game in college.
44.
The highest. It's still the record, I believe.
Yeah. And I think he's still like in the top 15 in points scored, and he was only allowed to play 3 years because they didn't let freshmen play.
Yeah.
Dude, that is nuts, bro. That guy was a machine. Way ahead of his time, and he's my number 5. He's my number 5. Definitely, I had to put him in there. All right, Steve.
All right,
Wait,
man. I'm
wait,
going with somebody.
Steve, wait, Steve. Has anybody knocked any of your players off?
I'm 100% still.
Man.
Yeah. It's a miracle.
He's excited now. He can actually.
It won't last long, boy. I guarantee it won't last long with 90 in here. And Jason here. I'll go get knocked out in a minute.
It's all good. Go ahead.
My number 5, none of them seen, but I went back and watched some film on him, is Oscar Robinson, man. All around
Big O.
tough guy. He could post up a smaller guard. He could rebound. He could do it all. Score if you needed. Just all around great player.
The original mismatch.
Yeah,
The
he's
original
the
triple
mismatch,
double.
man. You had to plan for him. He was that guy, man.
Yep.
He's another guy. He could play in today's game.
Yeah, he could play definitely, man, because he was tough, man. He would have played
Mhm.
great in like the late 80s,
Mhm.
70s, 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I wish I would have seen him play.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. Anybody had Oscar on them? The Big O.
Nope.
All right, Jason, you're up again, son.
All right, man. My number 4 goes to the guy, the first point guard that averaged almost a triple double majority of the season, Jason Kidd.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey,
He's
I knew what
he's
he
my
did.
number 3.
Hey, man, I underestimated him. I went back. He didn't seem like he scored as much, but he really did when I went back and watched. Man.
Jason Phoenix, he was just pretty much a double-double. He was pretty much
He was under the, I mean, his shot wasn't pretty. He was that guy that got the points, but you didn't realize he had 15, 20 points. And he had a bunch of assists, and he was a great rebounder.
He's a great leader also.
That's
He's a
when he
leader.
became the scoring became big time. I remember it was a couple of games. He had like 5-6 games in a row. He almost had double in every game.
I had the pleasure of watching him in high school, college, and the pros.
Yeah, you do. You got all of it.
Bro, the first time I saw him was at the McDonald's All-Star game. He played in the McDonald's.
Yep.
And I was like, who is this kid, bro?
Yeah, he was, and I tell you guys, he was ridiculous in high school.
Yeah.
He ridiculous because the team he played on was a private school in a town it's an island called Alameda, which is right off of Oakland. It's an island. And J.R. Ryder went to school at the other high school that's in Alameda, which was like the hood school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he went to UNLV. He was tough too.
The private school was St. Joseph's, and that's where Jason Kidd went. And I'm telling you, that team, man, they were like an AAU team.
Yeah,
it was crazy, man. And I would only get to see them when they went to like the state championships, and they would play like at the Coliseum. Man, that dude, he was doing those passes, the no-look passes. He could shoot better in high school than he could in college and the pros, though.
Was he at USC?
No, he went to Cal Berkeley.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Played with Lamont Murray and
yeah, Lamont Murray was good too, man.
what's the other dude he played with?
underestimated guy.
Yeah, but anyway, man, he was a great player, man. I loved it. I hated to see when they broke up that Dallas team because that was the team that he.
I like that team. That's the team.
Dallas team was
Jim
Jackson.
He was hungry for that championship with
That was the original Big Three.
That Dallas team was nice.
That team was, man. They were
Ashburn was very good.
older. They would have had some veterans on that team. Yeah, they would have kept them together for about 5-10 years, and they would have been. They would have
Yeah,
won.
you need a veteran when things ain't going good. That's when you need them to say, "Calm down. Let's go here. Let's do." You need that guy, man.
And
in all sports.
And Jim Jackson and Jason Kidd were fighting over not Halle Berry, but what's her name? Toni Braxton.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Hey,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
You could throw all of us in that mix there.
Gringo, what number did you have him at?
He was my number 3.
Okay. All right. So who's up? 90?
Yeah, I'm up. For my number 4, I'm not sure if I'm knocking him off, and I'm trying to go with players that I watch personally. So my number 4 is gonna be the one and only the glove. Gary Payton.
No,
Yeah,
you got me.
That's my number 4.
I mean,
Yes.
I thought it on my list.
Hey, as soon as you put up, when you put
him up, but that's why I said I actually thought of him on my list.
No, bro, it's got to be the glove. I mean, what he did for Seattle, just locked down, and then come on, bro, I got to throw a little homer in me. Came to Miami, got his ring, well deserved. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, but I'm just
He's
saying.
on my list for pure defense, man. Michael Jordan used to play Jordan
the greatest defensive point guard of all time, man.
Yeah,
Bro,
I got that wrote down on mine. Look at that.
He locked
Best defender to look at the rest.
everyone down.
I seen it.
You didn't see it.
Gringo, you got how many on your list? Like 1?
I got 2.
You got 2. Where was Payton on your list?
He was my number 4.
What about you, Steve?
He was my number 3.
Jace, you had him?
Nah.
D?
No.
Okay.
He was close though. He was like on my next list.
I could have put him on the list.
Man, he would get down low. Man, he made me
cold.
Yeah,
Bill
Bill.
got mentioned last week.
Yeah, I mentioned Jimbo last week. That hokey.
Dana Barros though, when he was on the Sixers though, he was cold.
Bimbo Coles.
All right, hold on one second.
What school did Bimbo Coles go to in college?
I told you he was a damn hokey.
That's why I said it. He was freaking good in college, man.
The glove was phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal.
Yeah, he was great.
If they would have put him on Jordan that series, it might have ended up a little bit.
Yeah, because they didn't put him on to like the 4th game or something or 5th game.
Yeah, they were too late.
Yeah,
Man, they might still be in Seattle.
they might.
Who else was?
I actually love those jerseys, by the way, too. Those green jerseys.
Xavier McDaniel, Detlef Shrimp.
Oh,
Yeah.
Detlef
I
Shrimp,
love
that
Detlef
German
Shrimp.
assassin.
I love Detlef Shrimp, and I love Mr. X, bro. I love Xavier McDaniel. Bro.
Xavier McDaniel.
Yep.
What are you doing, Remo? Get your ass out them cards.
Yeah, he got
I went to my mom's house today. We had to go grab some cards. I found
Look
one.
at him. He don't look like he's in Christmas, bro. He just look at that guy.
That is so awesome.
Nah, but I found it's got all my cards. It's got my Marvel cards in there.
Oh, nice. Man.
Nice.
Cards and stuff. This wasn't even the book I was looking for, but when you said Xavier McDaniel, I was trying to found I had an Xavier McDaniel card in there.
I know I got some somewhere. I don't know where I got them. I just picked out my top 3 picks, and that's why you saw. Hey man, how can he be so dark skinned in this picture, right? What the live? Now look at this one. This is the same year. Man, he's all
It's the spotlight.
It's
No
all
lie,
about
man.
the light, man.
They screwed him on this picture.
Try to do him dirty, yeah.
All right, D, you ready?
I'm ready.
Go for it.
I'm going to the 1980s. I'm going for the Philadelphia 76ers. We're going Mo Cheeks. I loved him back in the day. Him with Doc over there. You got Moses down there. I love that team.
That was a good team. Hey,
Andrew
did what you call it?
Bobby
What's his name?
Jones.
The guy we talked about last week played with him.
Bobby
Who else
Jones.
did they have?
Andrew Tony.
Oh,
Bobby
they had
Jones.
Andrew Tony. Did they have Cunningham on there? Or was he gone?
I can't.
Billy Cunningham? No, he was their coach, wasn't he?
No, there was two of them that played on the team.
Damn.
Yeah, the white dude. He was a white dude. Lanky dude.
Wasn't their coach Billy Cunningham?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
That was their coach.
Opie Cunningham.
Billy Cunningham was.
Man, I'm gonna need.
Bobby Jones was a six man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I meant, but yeah, Bobby Jones. That's who I meant.
Bobby Jones was a six man. Billy Cunningham was their coach.
The coach, yeah, he was the dark hair, the brown hair dude.
Yeah.
With the tie, wore the suit all the time. Hey, was Andrew Tony on there?
Yeah, Tony was on there.
Man, he was badass, dude.
Yep.
He killed the Celtics, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics said, we got to do something with this guy, man.
Maurice Cheeks was a badass, bro.
I love watching
Maurice
him play.
Cheeks was tough, too, man. He was streaky.
Those teams were badass. Those Philly teams, they were just...
That's a they only got that one title.
They made to the finals, 2 times?
I think 2 times.
Yeah.
And then they ran into the Lakers.
Yeah, but they also swept. Did they sweep the Lakers that one year? Or they
won. They
I
won.
don't know if it was
it was either a sweep or was 4-1, something like that.
I think it was a 5-game series.
Yeah,
they beat the Celtics, right?
Yeah, but Dr. J always got that iconic move, man. You could never not.
Yeah,
that
I mean on Cooper. Wasn't it on Cooper?
Yeah,
and the rockabye baby dunk he did, man, on the Lakers, man.
Oh, dude, I'm talking about on Cooper on that fast break.
Iconic dunk.
Iconic dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they called the rockababy or something. They called that.
That one and the one where he goes underneath.
Yeah, he goes underneath and palms it, comes out the other side.
Dude, it was like he had a go-go gadget arm to be able to get all the way around under there. It was incredible.
He had huge hands. I think that's why his jump shot wasn't good. That ball was kind of like Shaq in his hands.
Yep.
It's like this big to us.
Hey, we'll talk about Dr. J probably next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine he'll be making some house calls.
All right, Big Remo, you're up. If you're done playing with your
no one else had Mo? Come on, guys.
I almost put him on there. So I don't have my number 4 or my number 3, so I got my number 2.
Oh, here goes my list probably right now. Let's get ready to cancel one.
Number 2 is Isaiah Thomas.
My number 3.
That was my number 2.
Tough as nails.
Number 5.
Best there
I'm
was.
still alive.
My number 3.
I knew better than
Best there was. Underappreciated.
Gets a lot of hate.
A lot of hate still to this day by one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And for him to hate him so much, that tells you how good he is.
Hey. I mean, I remember that time he drove, got a big elbow to his head, split wide open, and gosh, and he was man, he was so good, so tough. Remember him at Indiana winning the championship for Bob Knight?
Yeah, they weren't shit with that since
Pan Am games.
Yep. Should have been on the 92 Olympics.
MVP. And they said he's the only person to have done all of those feats and not get invited to the Olympics.
Yeah.
He had better stats than every player that was on the team.
Why do you think that is?
Because he didn't shake Jordan and them's hand when they beat him.
Yeah, they just walked off the court.
I think it's more than that. I mean,
I think it's got to be more, man. It's got to be
more.
Man.
The NBA see Jordan.
But for his own coach to not put him in, regardless of what else, I don't give Michael Jordan or not. This is my guy. I've won titles with this guy. And
I think Jordan said, look, if he's on, me and Scotty, we're not on. I think Barkley jumped on that train too.
His influence and him threatening that, now said that the NBA pretty much blackballed Isaiah from that.
Exactly.
Yeah, from that. Yeah.
Blackballed him, period. Because they had no business not having him on the team.
Yeah.
Yep.
like I said, he had a better resume than all those players on the team.
Yeah.
Great or not, he had a better collegiate. He had a better professional. Like he had more titles than them. Like at the time, all of that. Like
Oh, he was better than Bird. That Bird made the team. And like, Bird was pretty much.
Even Jordan didn't have as many rings as he had at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, Bird was on for name alone.
yeah, he was already done. He was
His back was all jacked up.
The Pistons is the most team in the NBA.
Did Magic? He ended the season before and didn't even play.
Yeah, Magic had HIV by then.
Yeah.
He was already out.
Yeah.
So even for him to make it over him was questionable.
Yeah.
You know. And at the time, I didn't care because he was a Piston, so I was just like, oh well. But as I went on over the years, and you start looking back, you're like, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Especially when you can never
on that guy. Most definitely.
He cannot deny he did not shake the hand though. His ass hit the
but I
line.
mean,
It ain't that big a deal.
Let me get a video. Let me do it.
think about it, though, who cares?
Who cares?
I know, but
Hey,
they shook their hand the first when they beat them every year. They went through and did
But
it.
looking over the weekend, the quarterback for for Baltimore, he ran right up the field. He
ran
Yeah,
up
they ran on the field. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's in
It don't make it's not that big a
And
deal.
then and nobody cared. Nobody
Yeah.
cared.
It's not that big a deal. You know what? He did run off the field, but you know what I liked? He stood at the tunnel and every single player that came, all his teammates, people that were
Maybe that's why he ran. Maybe
he was
didn't
just
have
shaking
time.
everybody's hand, dude. And
Nah, they
freaking
said that they got bad blood. Those teams don't like each other.
Yeah, the Ravens Titans. You saw what the Ravens did when they got
stood on there.
yeah.
That's revenge for what the Titans did to them.
Yeah. There's no love hate there.
Yeah.
Well, I hate so much about this whole the Pistons not shaking hands to the Bulls. When the Pistons beat the Celtics, the Celtics they running off the court themselves. They didn't.
Yeah, that's why he said he did.
Nobody made a big issue about it.
Yeah.
That's why he said he did. That's the whole thing.
It's not that big
But
a
they got the most competitive guy in the world in Jordan. He sees everything.
Yeah, that's why I said he needs that as his motivation.
That reason, that something.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan is. He's always said he needed something. You give me one little thing, and you will light that fire.
Yeah, but
bro.
it's not a big deal.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
But Jordan doesn't need nothing to light his fucking fire, bro. That's
Yeah.
it.
It's all,
I don't know. I played him 1-on-1. I gave him nothing. I beat him. I'm just throwing it out there. That told a lot.
Pros versus pros. All right, I guess I'm up. It's my number 4, and this guy didn't have the greatest professional career, but I just adored this guy in college, and I liked him in the pros as well. A good friend of 90s. I've told him that I loved him when he was in college, and 90 happens to know him. My number 4 is Kenny Anderson, bro. I just love that guy. I fell in love with his game in Georgia Tech.
Yep.
And then he went to the pros, and I just followed his career, and I just loved him, dude.
Damn you, Hialeah. Because I was going to pull the Remo as my number 1. Because I put him as my number 1 just because he's a good guy. He got a bad rep, with
I almost put him at my number 5.
He made some bad choices. I've talked with him a lot, man, and he's always told me this, man. He goes, Chad, basketball was easy. Life is hard, bro. And he came from a rough place in his upbringing. So I don't fault the man at all for what he did in the past, and we've had a connection, and he's a really cool dude. He's my number 1. Just because he's a personal friend of mine, and Chib's the man. And actually, outside of him playing in college, he's a New York street legend as well. A New York blacktop legend. He that's where he
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Excuse me, Lou Alcindor back in the day for New York.
Yeah.
So and yeah, man, just a cool dude, and killer left hand. He has a killer left hand, bro. Like the left-handed point guard that probably doesn't get enough love. And he played in the NBA a long time. He was kind of like a journeyman. Played for a lot of teams. So
Kenny Anderson, Rod Strickland.
God, Strickland.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a kid, man, like coming up.
Strickland was so
I mean,
definitely
such a good player.
Kenny Anderson was probably the main thing of Lethal Weapon 3, right? That's what they were known at Georgia Tech, right?
Yep.
He got
Him
them
and,
going.
Dennis
so,
Scott and
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
can't remember the third guy. I remember him, Scott, and that other guy.
I can pull it up.
I mean, it's like
yeah.
I can envision him, but I can't think of his name.
Was it Glenn? No, not Glenn Rice.
And I'll say this.
Grant Long. Who was it?
I know it's Dennis Scott, Kenny Anderson, and the other guy.
That's right. It was Dennis Scott.
Yeah, Dennis Scott.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dennis
he's got
Scott.
nine-
It was Dennis Scott.
That team was great, bro. I loved watching them play, man.
I loved him at Georgia Tech. Man, he was such a smooth stroke.
Yeah.
Remember, he put a dagger in North Carolina's heart one time, and I loved every second of it.
And I loved it so much.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
took a break, but
No, it's all good.
I love that guy's game.
Bro, yeah, man. Bro, like I said, and something that I always thought very interesting, he always told me if Petrovic never passed away, he goes, that was the European Jordan. He goes, that guy was phenomenal.
Yeah, Drazen, he was good.
Yeah, Drazen. Yeah, he said that. He goes, Chad, you don't even understand. Like, that guy was on a whole nother level. And then, shout out to Kenny as well, because he played with the best. He played in that era. He played in that era.
That was
So-
a tough era, right?
Dude, Petrovic, his three-point shot was ahead of his time. Gosh, he was so good from threes.
He died in a car accident, right?
Yeah, he did. So,
Damn shame.
but yeah, man. Hey, if anyone's got some KA cards, let me know. I can have my guy sign them for you. My guy.
All right, D.
Hold on.
It's Steve's turn. Oh, wait.
There is. I have that same card, actually. That's so funny.
Nice.
I have that same card. Yeah.
I got that card somewhere too. That's over deck.
Hey, is that Grandmama right beside him?
Yeah.
Grandma.
Larry Johnson, he was tough too, man. Some good ass players back in the day.
Steve,
All right,
Steve,
I'm
whatever
going with my
you
number
want.
4 because they took my number 3 off. So I'll be jumping to 2 after this.
Oh, what up, Remo? There he is.
There he is, Drazen.
Yeah.
Petrovic.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There's Ron Harper down there.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
shout out.
Really good.
Hey, but I got a Petrovic rookie in here too. That's crazy.
Right.
All right,
Shout
my
out
number,
to Robbie
my
from
number
Pop
4
Culture Philosophers.
What's up,
Like
Robbie?
is John Stockton, the all-time leader, assist leader, and steals leader. I cannot leave him off.
Dude.
Hey man, did you guys know he has 3,200 steals? Yeah, that's a cool
Jeez,
card.
That's probably the most underrated thing about his game.
Yeah, the steals. I would have never thought that, Jace, in a million years that Stockton had that record. I would have never thought that.
He
I don't
was in
think
a
anybody will break it either.
he was in a
Dude,
great
Stockton to Malone. Stockton to Malone.
Yeah,
Stockton
Stockton to Malone, man. I mean, Malone got better and better, and I mean, you couldn't foul him after the first year because he went and worked on the free throw shot. So,
Yeah. I mean, how many times was Stockton right around the 3-point line, a bounce pass, you got Malone going right down the middle for a dunk?
yeah, all the time, man. They ran that damn little pick and roll all the time.
It was a thing of beauty watching those two work together.
And then when they had,
15,000 assists he had.
then when they had Mark Eaton in the center,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Mark Eden.
the guy was a tree. He
He was 7 foot. Was he 7'5"?
Hey, but that was their best shot to win anything was when they had him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their best shot. Like they never replaced him.
Hey.
Boy,
I'm
boy.
gonna say-
Cool, man.
They should have beat the Bulls that second time, man. That they really should have beat.
Hey, it wasn't a push off.
Nah.
And they had Jeff Hornacek too, man. That guy never gets mentioned. Right?
Yep. He was a great sixth man for a long
Like
time.
Hornacek when he was with the Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he was with Marley and them.
Dan Marley and
Thunder.
Kevin
Damn,
Johnson.
under Marley, bro.
Kevin Johnson. He was almost on my list, man.
I mean, that one
I
dunk of,
loved Kevin
Kevin
Johnson.
Johnson, good.
that one dunk of Marley when he gets his knee right up on that dude's chest or shoulder, and his head's like a foot above the rim.
Oh, no, that's what you call it. That's Tom Chambers, isn't it?
Tom Chambers, yeah.
You sure that wasn't Marley?
Chambers was a beast.
Dan Marley just shot threes.
Yeah, Marley was that 3-point guy, and then he'd get cold and screw the whole
And
game.
he went to
Keep gunning.
That's
Miami.
three-pointers
Chambers
mentality.
was the same way. He was.
Then he went. Let's not talk about Miami because that's when it was my favorite team in Miami. All right, let's not get there.
on Miami. What are you talking about? With Morning and Rashawn Leonard?
He was good at Miami. He was
Yeah,
good at Miami.
I'm saying, I don't want to talk about that yet because that guy's on my list, bro. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. Can we save that for when we get to that?
All right, Jace, you're up. You're up, Jace.
Name his guy.
Well, I'm
Jason,
on
for the
number
hell
2
of
right
it.
now. My number 3 was Isaiah. So my number 2, definitely one of my personal favorite. One of my favorite players. I just love watching all the time. You could say he's a shooting guard / point guard, but majority of his run was point guard. He ain't played shooting guard until later in his career, mostly. But Allen Iverson.
Yeah, there goes my number 2.
That's my number 3.
You talking about
That's my number 3.
Isaiah Thomas, so
I'm never going to get to my number 1. Everybody's going. There's no way. I lost. I'm
It
done.
might be unanimous. It might be unanimous.
Hey, I might have someone different.
Hey,
Oh,
number 3 was
Number
Allen
2.
Iverson. I'm with you right there, Jace.
Yeah.
He was
There he
incredible,
is.
bro.
The only reason I didn't have him because I didn't know if y'all were going to consider him shooting guard or point guard.
Point guard for sure.
He would have been number 2 on my
Point
list.
guard.
Okay, so when he was in Philly, then Snow wasn't the point guard. Snow was the 2 guard.
yeah, so with
Yeah.
no point. That man can't pass and he can't
No,
shoot.
man. Okay, he might have been the point guard on paper, but we all know who brought the ball up every time. AI.
Of course,
Who had to touch the ball every
That's like
time.
Kobe.
AI.
Kobe got the point
Yeah.
guard. He's bringing it up every time.
The
Kind of
greatest-
like when you're a linebacker and you play on the defensive line. Kind of the same situation.
Yeah.
he
No,
was-
man.
You know, I remember SOB the point guard, man.
Nah, bro. AI was he was the answer, bro. And I'm pretty sure I had a pair of answer 3s like in middle school, man. I couldn't afford Jordans, but the AIs were just affordable enough where I could convince my mom to let me get a pair of some answers, bro. So
he was.
The answer.
Mhm.
shout out to the
Yeah.
answer, bro. AI was one of my favorites for
Yeah.
sure. He's number 3 on my list.
I became a fan of his at Georgetown. He was great at Georgetown.
Georgetown was good as hell them years, man.
Yeah.
When he was there.
He could have played football, man. That's how good he was. He
Yeah.
played football, and
He was better than Michael Vick.
Yep.
He was better than Ronald Curry. He was better than all of them.
Are we talking about practice?
The
I know
Yeah,
it's
game that I love.
practice.
I
Not about the game.
Yeah, but you
I
have to
remember
think.
all
You
the
gotta,
Crack me up.
people being mad that he picked basketball over football, and then he got into that fight, and then they were like, "Ah, fuck it," because he was going to go to Notre Dame, wasn't he? He was going to go to like Notre Dame or
There was
something.
Notre Dame. I think there was a school that he's looking to go.
He would have
Yeah,
played
man.
with Randy Moss.
Hey, man, they act like kids ain't going to get in fights when they're like, 16, 17, 18. That's all they're going to do. People
Yeah,
going
but
to
he-
look at your girl and talk.
I think it's when the chair got picked up and thrown. I think that was the
Yeah,
one.
that wasn't him, man.
The
Hey,
dude was,
man, I throwed all kinds of shit, man. I'm not going to lie. If I had you better hope I don't got a weapon, man.
yeah. Well, he
I
got,
got a gladiator
my mom
with a
always
bat.
said, find the closest thing to you, biggest thing, and hit her with it.
Yeah, when they're bigger than you,
Yeah.
my rule is even the score up.
Yeah, she said, pick a brick up, whatever is closest thing. Get your ass
Yeah.
out of there.
And I mean, honestly, he's probably the trendsetter of today's NBA player as far as fashion with the tattoos and the
Jewelry.
jewelry, the headbands, and
I mean, that crossover. Oh my goodness!
Hey, man, he's the only one to really put Jordan down like that, man.
Oh yeah, well he got Jordan, man.
Yeah, he got the
Yeah.
crossover. And he went back and, he went
Yeah.
and hit the shot and hit the shot.
Yep.
I've seen people
Yep.
fall and he missed the shot. It ruins
I just
everything.
made live pass look silly, man.
Nice. Great pick, Jace.
Mm.
All right, I'm up. Hi,
Yeah.
Leah.
Yeah, man, go for it.
All right,
What,
well,
you got, what numbers you got left?
It's just my number 2. It's my last one off my list, and it's my boy Timmy, yo, Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway.
He
I
was-
always have
Wow,
him.
I didn't think you were going to mention it because I loved Hardaway.
Bro, Mr. Crossover. He was,
Yeah, he was stocky too.
bro.
He could take the beating a little bit. He was
Hey, what
My-
was the year when he was in the playoffs for the Heat? And he was
98.
he was torching the Bulls.
That was the year that they were. They didn't have Jordan.
Yeah, no, they had Jordan.
Yeah, I think it was. They
That
played.
was the year it was the year that the Sonics went to the finals.
It
Against
was probably 97, right?
97. 96. It was
He was
96.
killing them in that game. Remember they had those red shoes?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
on the side.
Bro, but Mr. Crossover, he gave it over to AI. That's where AI got that crossover from, right?
Yeah. I loved watching his
So,
crossover.
Bro,
Man.
he killed everybody.
Yeah, it was many a man that ended up on his butt from those crossovers.
And then he also, that little step back shot too. I always love that,
You're
man.
right, guys.
And he could find anybody, bro. Like that. My favorite Heat team is that Tim Hardaway, Zoe, Jamal Mashburn, PJ Brown. Just a bunch of dogs. Dan Thunder Marley, bro. I grew up with that team, man. So that's what got me into like watching that.
Don't rivalry.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy.
So yeah, I'm not a Knicks fan at all. I hate the Knicks.
Man, the 90s Knicks I had to leave us to go to Miami. Man.
Yeah, hey, but you know what, man? Like, shout out to Knicks fans because they're ride or die, and they've been irrelevant for it seems to be like almost 3 decades. But so
what a great season and that's it, man.
Hey, they're back though.
I'll be right back.
They're back.
Oh, see, they lost to the Thunder yesterday.
Yeah,
but they won 6 straight or something like that. 5 straight. I know they were beasting until then.
I didn't really even cap up with it.
I gotta see them make the playoffs and be a top
tough
team for me to get the lead.
Big old knot on his head. One gave him a big old speed knot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, my number 1 is gonna be all y'all's number 1.
Again, I'm a Cavalier. Maybe not.
Did Cavaliers have any point guards? I thought they were all big guys.
Don't make me get up and come over there.
I thought they were all 7-footers.
Big guy.
I didn't even think of.
See, I
can't even think of no.
How many do you guys have left? I've only got one.
I got one.
My number 1.
My number 1, who is the number 1 point guard, who everybody
Well,
in their
let's
life
just go
on
ahead
the
and
line
throw
would
him
have
out
as
there
their
then.
number 1.
My number 1. Should I go ahead and go for it?
Yeah, if it's something off the wall.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not off the wall. It's not off the wall. It's not. It's number 32.
Yeah,
Number 32.
That's everybody's.
It's Irvin.
Everybody.
I'm assuming Highlight.
Hey, a mismatch for everyone.
Yep.
A great
Irvin.
passer.
Yeah.
If you were in a drought, he could score. It was every fucking thing.
Yeah.
How could you
If you
not
need-
have number 1?
If you need to, he'll drop down and play center. He
He could do it all, dude.
it took him a while to get his shot, but after that,
Yeah,
Man.
he shot a little bit to the side, but
yeah, it's
once
like
he got it
almost
going,
like a shot put.
he had so many people on his team he didn't have to worry about scoring.
They're on their way. They're on their way.
Yo, guys, I got to ride. I will see you all later. If y'all want to do an off-air college football watch party, let me know. I'm about it. But I got to get little guy ready for bed. So I will see you all later. Thank you guys for letting me hop on. And everyone had some great picks tonight. And I'll see y'all next week, hopefully.
Peace out.
Peace.
What's up, man?
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to step away. Where are we at? Did anybody else make a pick?
Yeah, D did.
Pretty much came to the.
D made the ultimate pick.
Yeah,
Remo, you know what last Remo?
yeah. It's the same. He's my number 1 too.
Who's your pick, Grimo? I mean, D.
Irvin, Magic Johnson.
Number 1. That's my number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1 here.
Hey man, look, number one, and I like the Celtics back then. He's number one on my list. What's that tell you? That dude, I if he was hurt, I was like, oh
He's
my
one
god.
of the greatest offensive teams in NBA history, man.
Yep.
Showtime Lakers.
6'9".
Yeah.
Oh, look, passes. I mean, around the bag, he could do it all, man. You were screwed when
We
they
need
got
to
out.
go back to the greatest.
And not be out of position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All five.
They were the first team in NBA history to be exciting to watch the fast break. When the Lakers go on the fast break, man, holy shit, it is going to be crazy.
I mean, if you're a defender, you have no idea where the ball's going.
Slam he used to do. Michael Cooper
let's
would slam it off the run.
He would go like Indiana State.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the NCAA championship, Bird versus Magic, the rivalry began.
That's what he began.
College sports.
Perfect.
That was a good game, man.
Perfect nickname.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect nickname.
Yeah.
Urban Magic Johnson.
Yep.
Man,
hey man, I wonder who he said named him that, man. I'd like to know. Like to hear that.
He's my number one.
Let's have him on the show, guys, and have a Q&A.
We gotta ask him.
Dude, I remember when they announced that he had AIDS, bro. I remember I cried. I cried. That's just. Oh.
I love this picture of him because look at the shot.
The baby hook.
The baby hook.
The hook shot.
The
they grounded the hopes of the Celtics that year. That shot right there.
The baby hook.
On net.
Does anybody have anybody left?
No, he took everybody off this list.
That's all number one.
And I was so happy.
I still got my number 3.
I thought you only had one left too. I'm sorry.
You got one left?
No, I don't. That's why I said. If I
got
I wouldn't throw him
anything?
out there.
Who are your number 3? Who are your top?
Dude, I got my number 3 is just a player that it's
your favorite players. That's how it is.
He's I just loved watching him play, bro, and I loved watching him play in college. And then he came to the Heat, and I freaking loved him in the Heat. And Sherman Douglas.
Oh, I remember Sherman. Damn.
I fucking loved Sherman Douglas.
Hey, dude, Sherman Douglas was so streaky. He could light your ass up.
Dude, I don't know why. He wasn't I just loved watching him play.
Douglas?
I fucking love Sherman Douglas.
It's not a bad pick, but I never would have.
I don't even remember him.
Remember, it's favorite players.
No.
I just loved watching Sherman Douglas play, man. He's one of these guys that I just couldn't stop. I loved the way he played, man. I thought he was so good. I guess nobody else did, but that's okay. I put Jace to sleep.
Look,
he was good,
right?
At Syracuse.
Yeah. Look, I intentionally did not put a Cavalier on the list. I intentionally did that.
Yeah, essentially did. Has there been any good Cavalier players?
John Crotty was very good for a few years in the NBA.
John Crotty. Look at Remo. John Crotty. He's crying. Look at him. Dude, when I said Sherman Douglas, Remo just froze.
because I'm like, wasn't bad. I just always remember it being like stretched out.
Hey guys, we forgot one thing. Hey, our college pick.
We ain't doing college picks, right?
Do you got college pick? You got a college. We get a college pick always in the.
Yes, mine is Kenny Anderson.
Yeah. Jace, think about it while we.
I just thought we had like an honorable mention. I didn't, look specifically.
Honorable mention. We're not doing college. Honorable mentions.
Okay, mine's gonna be a college. Well, I don't think he made the.
Oh man, it could be anybody, right?
Anybody.
Yeah, it could be anybody.
Who's your honorable mention?
Mine.
Are you going?
Or you going D?
You go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm going with Aaron Kraft on OSU. He was a great defender in college. He wasn't pro material, but he hassled the ball. He wasn't a great shooter, but he was just that guy that just got under your skin. Made you work the whole game.
Who?
Aaron Kraft.
That's how we feel with you, D. When you throw
How do y'all not remember John Karate? He was a left-hander. He was really a solid player.
I totally
Did
remember.
you say the Karate Kid?
You said, were there any in the NBA? And I was like, yeah, John Karate was there. You got Donald Hammond. Donald Hammond is playing right now. You got Ty Jerome. He's playing right now. But I didn't. I avoided them all because of the grief y'all gave me last week.
There's a ton of players that can be listed, though. I mean,
does anybody have another honorable mention? I have one.
I've got Steve Nash.
You guys,
see, I was gonna bring up Steve Nash. Yo, I want to ask y'all a question between Steve Nash and what's the name, brought up John Stockton. Steve Nash, to me, I think overall in terms of talent wise, he's better than Stockton because he was the best player on that team before Dirk. When Nash and Dirk were together, Steve Nash is the guy.
Yeah.
For that squad. Then he went to Phoenix, man. He made Phoenix great.
2-time MVP.
If he would have stayed with Dirk those 2 years he got MVP, they would have won a title.
Yeah, I think they probably would have eventually broke through if they would have stayed.
Would have, because he was hands down. If he would have had Dirk on Phoenix, they would have won 2 titles. They were just the player behind all the time.
Yep.
And now that the defense is, and Mike D'Antoni's the head coach.
But see, that's what I mean. Like
Mike D'Antoni's the head coach. That's
yeah.
Who was the head coach in those days doing Dallas? I forgot.
It was
the old gray haired dude.
What's his name?
Was it not Sloan?
No.
What's his name?
Sloan was the Jazz.
During Dallas and during early days of Steve Nash in the early 2000s, the head coach.
They used to coach the Lakers.
Was it Nelson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Nelson head coach?
It was Nelson.
Hey, Bob Cousy?
That's a little bit
Jerry West?
So I'm gonna
Jerry West. Yes. Jerry West.
My honorable mention is Sam Cassell.
Dude, I almost put on my list.
Yeah,
yes.
I freaking love Sam Cassell, dude.
Yes.
Sam Cassell should have been the starter on those championship teams instead of Kenny Anderson, but or Kenny Smith. I mean, but you know,
I love Cassell.
Hey, but Sam Cassell played a lot more.
Kenny Smith acts like he was the reason why they won those titles, but we all know it's because of
those 4 quarters. That Houston against the Knicks, Houston bench dominate.
Exactly.
That was the main reason why.
Hey, wasn't Robert Horry on that team? He been on every winning team.
It was Robert Horry and Cassell were the first 2 off the bench.
Big shot. And then they had Otis Thorpe. They had Otis Thorpe as a power forward, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey.
I love it.
What's his name? Not Xavier McDaniel.
Vernon Maxwell.
Vernon Maxwell.
Oh yes, yeah.
Ex-man.
He was a good shooter too.
You mentioned Cassell. He's a Florida State guy, which always makes me think of Charlie Ward, the other Florida State guy. The Heisman Trophy winner.
Hot, man, and light that shit up, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
give him the ball all the time when he got hot.
You know, I don't believe in aliens, but Sam Cassell's probably an alien.
Yeah. Looks like one too.
Who's that guy?
Oh my God.
Exactly why. All right.
94 fights.
Anybody else with honorable mentions? I got mine.
Go ahead.
Dude, another player that I really liked. I liked him in college. Liked him in the pros. Didn't get to see him a lot, but he did come to Miami one year. Mike Bibby. I like Bibby.
Mike Bibby.
I mentioned over Sam Cassell, but I was just like, I like Cassell better.
I like Bibby. I like Cassell. I love Cassell as well. I almost put him on my top 5.
Bibby was underrated. I just didn't like him because he played for Sacramento at the time. But
that was his close. That team in 2002, man, they should have beat the Lakers. They should have beat the Lakers.
But dude, I liked him at Arizona, dude, when he won the championship. I
won my first big pot of money because of that.
Are you serious?
Oh my God! That year they won. I was working at FedEx, and I won the whole ramps. What do you call it? The
pool.
Yeah, the pool. You know the
bracket challenge.
Brackets.
Oh my God, man! What was the dude? Miles Simon.
Miles Simon. It was Miles Simon and Bibby.
Miles Simon was the light skinned kid,
And
right?
what's his name? Agent
Sean Elliott.
No, Agent Zero.
Agent Zero.
He played for Washington for a while.
Yeah, Warriors too.
The Bullets.
Gilbert Arenas.
Arenas, yeah.
He was on
Boy,
that
that dude was good too at times, man.
He was like a freshman.
He's like that guy that would get 50 and then get like 8 the next game.
He just
Played for
disappeared.
Washington, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he just disappeared, dude. His shit. He was like a.
Pulled that gun out.
Guns.
That was in the locker room.
Yeah, it was on the plane.
Wait, was he a point guard or shooting guard?
He got a gun on a plane?
Yeah, on the team plane.
The team plane.
Him and Jarvis Crittenden, remember? And Jarvis Crittenden pulled the gun on him, and then he came and brought the gun on the plane. Was like put it in front because he owed him money. They were playing card games.
Oh yeah. I remember hearing that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Hey, Crittenden was like, because it was some big money. It was like 130 grand or something like that. He was like, I'll blow your head off.
What a bunch of idiots, bro.
Knucklehead shit.
For one thing, why are you playing for such high stakes with your buddies? You know what I mean? Go to Vegas and bet all you want.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing.
They do that all the time.
You know
Jordan was known to play all the big shit, then go to the front and try to get a couple dollars from them. And they were playing for $1. And he goes, I'm in, put me in. That's how competitive he was. He wanted to win everything.
Man, not to throw away your career on that shit, though. Man.
Yeah, remember that.
Yeah. You better not do that.
Hey, we can go to Vegas for that, man. We make enough money. We'll just take a private jet. We'll just go to Vegas.
I mean, Jordan, he would go to Atlantic City, then go back and play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Take a helicopter from you.
Hey, man, they always say, oh, he has a game. Man, he has all the goddamn money in the world. What you worried about? He's spending. It's his money. He's gambling. Okay. And what? And he's still rich. And he's still got money coming in.
Yeah.
And people love them shoes to this day.
And that was why it took so long for them to let him buy a team.
Yeah, he could do. Man, he should have been buying up all the land in the world. He could own everything.
Hey, Halle, you said was it Cassell? You thought he was an alien? let me just throw this name out there. Tyrone Hill.
Ooh.
That is the ugliest man I've ever seen in my life.
Was he the power forward?
Yeah, he came out of Xavier, I believe. Yeah. That is an ugly human being. I remember when he came to the league, I was like, oh my goodness.
Did he play for Cleveland?
I got him on here with the Sixers, but he played for
playing.
Hold up, let me look him up real quick.
That was an ugly human being. I'm sorry, Mr. Hill, but let's be real.
Tyrone Hill, right?
Oh,
Tyrone Hill.
He
played for the Warriors.
Yeah,
Tyrone Hill.
I see Cleveland.
Yeah. Tyrone Hill.
He was
kind of skinny.
Yeah, that dude is ugly.
Yeah, I thought he played for Cleveland too.
Yeah,
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I can't even look at that, man.
Yeah, but he was tough to look at, bro.
Hey, ain't nobody using him as a catfish.
Oh, damn, dude. All right, guys, I think we're calling it a night. It's about to play.
Puffman threw out Penny Hardaway, too, because Penny was great.
We made a faux pas and started the show, and we weren't even live, so.
We talked all that good football.
We talked football. If you guys want to catch it, too bad. You ain't going to see it. But next week, small forwards.
Yep.
Small forwards.
Everybody, panel, guys, thank you, man. This is always a blast.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
It's always a blast talking sports with you guys. We'll be back next week, man.
Johnson, everybody.
Keeping it at 7 o'clock. We're going to keep it at 7.
Small forwards.
Keeping it at 7.
Have a good one, man.
Peace.